Let's now get some more perspective into the life of Queen Elizabeth II, especially her role as the head of the Commonwealth of Nations. And we're now being joined by UK's former Deputy High Commissioner to Nigeria, Mr. Robin Gwynne. We'd like to welcome you to the News at 10.
Thank you, Millicent. Thanks for having me.
Today we heard King Charles III give his first speech, his first address. What do you make of it, his first full day as monarch?
Yeah, thank you. Well, I think at the heart of what we're all going through is, of course, huge sadness and loss and appreciation of the life and the legacy of Her Majesty the Queen. And I think there's nobody on the planet who is feeling that more than King Charles now. So I think he was primarily expressing a very intensely moving and personal tribute to his mother, to the Queen. And I think everybody appreciated that and shared his perspective on that. I think beyond that, he did touch on, I think as you commented in your introduction, on future roles perhaps for members of his family, also his own constitutional role, the way he will approach the job, and indeed his own personal faith, which was also, I think, something new perhaps that he hadn't talked about so much before, and which of course was a hallmark of his mother, the Queen, as well. So I think there were a number of elements, some of which probably don't need to be overanalyzed today, but which give pointers to the way he will conduct the role. But primarily it was a very moving and personal tribute, which I think has certainly been appreciated in the UK and I'm sure around the globe.
Indeed, it's a lot of titles changing, and some would say a lot of stationaries too. But what would you say the Queen meant to the Commonwealth? Do you think that the body can remain strong under King Charles?
Personally, I'm absolutely sure of that. I was very interested to hear the comments from our former Chief Anyoku just now, commenting on how the continued success of the Commonwealth was so much in the DNA, if you like, of the Queen. And I think King Charles now will certainly carry that forward. I mean, it's interesting to reflect, I think, in the UK today, it's barely 24 hours since this sad news broke, but there's very much a feeling, I think, in London more widely, of people coming together, of unifying, of sadly but calmly facing the future. And it may be, and I hope this is true, that in the Commonwealth itself those same feelings are reflected. And again, it's been very moving to be here in the UK and to see the tributes coming in from all over the world, from the Commonwealth and more widely. And again, I think we are feeling a sense of things coming together rather than drifting apart. And if I may say also, it's often been commented that King Charles had a long period preparing for the role, but of course that is true in the sense that he therefore was able to learn a lot from his mother. He knows a lot about the Commonwealth, he knows a lot about the UK and international issues, so in a sense he could not be better prepared. And it's been interesting, I'm sure, like your viewers, been seeing lots of footage, historic footage perhaps, of the Queen talking about her own father, and that same sense of one generation passing on to another, a vision and techniques, if you like, as well, and knowledge to enable them to do the job to the best of their ability.
Some would say that perhaps we're in for interesting times because perhaps heir to the throne and monarch are two different roles, and we know how outspoken previously Prince Charles has been. Now king might actually be different. But looking at Nigeria and Britain having come a long way, do you see the continuation of these ties under the new monarch?
I'm absolutely sure that will be the case. How could it not be? Even in my own private life, I've had former friends and colleagues from Nigeria expressing their condolences to me and vice versa. I think we're all feeling the same loss and grief. I think it's worth remembering that King Charles and Queen Consort Camilla, I think, were in Nigeria as recently as, was it late 2018? and both in Abuja and Lagos. I know that was a very successful visit. So I feel absolutely sure that the ties between two such important Commonwealth countries and many others in the Commonwealth and globally will be continuing.
We appreciate your time on the news at 10, Mr. Robin Gwynne. Thank you so much. UK's former Deputy High Commissioner to Nigeria. Thank you for joining us on the news at 10.
Thank you.